What's up guys, Apple just wrapped up their September 10th event where they announced a lot of new stuff. In this video, I'm going to be doing my recap, telling you everything that they announced that you need to know. So let's get straight into it. First thing they announced is iOS 7. I've actually had this for a while now. It's got an all new design. The lock screen's different, the home screen is different. All of the icons have been redesigned. It's colorful. It's more of a flat design all around, and it's got over 200 new features. I've actually did a video on my YouTube channel showing all the new features in iOS 7 if you guys want to go check that out, because I can't cover all of them in this video. But there's a new thing called Control Center. When you swipe up from the bottom, you get access to your Wi-Fi, your airplane mode, Bluetooth, portrait lock, your iPod player, or your music player right there. You can turn on your flashlight right there, and just you get all this from swiping right up from the bottom. Also, if you swipe down from the top, the Control Center has been changed. You can like browse through whatever notifications you've missed, what's going on today, and then all of your notifications, and it's also more detailed, and just everything has been redesigned in iOS 7. There's also updates to Siri. It's more advanced now and has more features, plus the Siri girl voice sounds differently, plus there is a Siri male voice now that you can also pick. The Photos app will automatically organize your photos now in collections, moments, and years, so that's nice that it automatically organizes your photos for you. There's also iTunes Radio now built right into the music app on iOS devices, so you can go on there. It's pretty much just like Pandora, and you can stream your favorite artists and genres and stuff like that, and it'll play just a mix of a bunch of different music. And if you like a song that you're listening to, you can go right into iTunes and buy it right there. And that is just a few things new in iOS 7. I can't go over everything because there's just so much stuff, but again, go check out my video so you can see everything that's new in it. Now, the release date for iOS 7 is September 18th for the public, so that means you guys will get it then, but actually they just released a GM build, which is actually the final version they were going to release on September 18th. So if you do some searching, or if you check back my YouTube channel, I may have a video to tell you how to get iOS 7 today, because it's out there and that's the final version, and you can pretty much get it now if you want to. Also, while we're on the topic of software, Apple announced that all of the iWork apps, including iPhoto, iMovie, Pages, Keynote, and Numbers, are all going to be free now with a new iOS device. That is pretty freaking awesome right there. And now let's go and move on to iPhones. At this event, Apple announced two new iPhones, the iPhone 5C and the iPhone 5S. And it looks like this time that all of the rumors were pretty much spot on with both the iPhone 5C and the iPhone 5S. They got pretty much everything right. Oh, and Apple also discontinued the iPhone 5. They're not going to sell it anymore. The iPhone 5C is going to take its place. So let's go ahead and start out and talk about the iPhone 5C. What's new in it? The new iPhone 5C is going to have a hard-coated polycarbonate material as the back casing, which is pretty much plastic, and it's going to be made out of one piece. There's not going to be any joints or seams or lines or anything like that, so it should look really, really nice. And it's going to come in 5 different colors: lime green, white, blue, pink, and yellow. And on the inside, it's also got a new steel reinforced design, which is going to make it more durable, and also it works as an antenna. And I don't know if you noticed this, but the colors of the new iPhone 5C are made to match the new colors in iOS 7. The iPhone 5C is pretty much the iPhone 5 in a different, cheaper casing. It's got all the same tech specs as the iPhone 5, except for the front-facing camera is a little bit better. It is now bigger and 1.9 megapixels, and best of all, it has a bigger and better battery to give it more battery life. Yes. Now, as far as pricing, with a 2-year contract, the iPhone 5C is going to start at $99 for the 16GB model and $200 for the 32GB model. And Apple is also making a separate silicone rubber case for it that's going to cost $29 and come also in a lot of different colors, if you're interested in paying that much for a silicone rubber case. And now let's go ahead and move on to the iPhone 5S. The design of the iPhone 5S hasn't changed from the iPhone 5. It looks exactly the same, except now there is 3 colors. There's a white/silver, which is like the iPhone 5 we have now, and then there's also a gold/white and a space gray, that's what they called it, /black model. The iPhone 5S also has Apple's new A7 processor, which is the first phone to ever have a 64-bit processor in it. That's pretty awesome. The new processor is going to make the iPhone 5S over twice as fast as the iPhone 5. And they say the CPU performance of the iPhone 5S is going to be 40 times faster than the iPhone 5. That is some big speed increases. The 5S also has OpenGL ES 3.0, which is going to make the graphics and the gaming much better. They're showing off Infinity Blade and showing how like the dragons and stuff they had in it were 4 times more detailed, so everything just all around is going to look better. And the iPhone 5S also has a new processor called the M7, which is a motion co-processor, which is going to work alongside the new A7 processor. The M7's job is pretty much to monitor the accelerometer, the gyroscope, as well as the compass. The new M7 processor is going to be able to tell if you're stationary, if you're driving or walking, or etc. So it's going to open up a whole new category of like health and fitness apps that we didn't have before. Now, as far as battery life on the iPhone 5S, you're going to get 10 hours of 3G talk time, 10 hours of LTE browsing, 8 hours of 3G browsing, 10 hours of Wi-Fi browsing, 10 hours of video, 40 hours of music, and 250 hours of standby time. The camera on the iPhone 5S has also been improved with a better sensor. It also makes the pixels in pictures bigger, so that's going to make them look better. And also the software of the camera is better because it's going to pretty much do everything for you, like autofocus, exposure, white balance, image stabilization, all that it's going to do without you having to do anything. And it's got a new feature like the Galaxy S4 has, where it'll take multiple pictures and then it will like merge all of those pictures to make the best possible picture for you. And it has 2 new LEDs in the flash. One is cool and white and the other one is warm and amber. There's also a new burst mode option which takes 10 frames a second, and then you can go through and select the best picture out. So this is going to be good for like fast, high action shots. Also a new slow-mo mode which takes video at 120 frames per second, so you can do slow-mo video now. Pretty much the camera's been updated all around so that you can take the best picture possible without really having to do any more work. It automatically does everything for you. Also, like I was saying before, the rumors are true. The iPhone 5S has a fingerprint scanner built right into the home button, and it is called Touch ID. The new home button is made out of sapphire, so it's more durable and it won't scratch and mess up that touch sensor that can now scan your fingerprint. One thing I thought was cool with the fingerprint scanner or Touch ID is that no matter how you're holding the phone, it works in 360 degrees. So no matter how you place your thumb or finger on your phone, it's going to be able to scan your fingerprint. And it can use multiple fingers. That means you can have different people being able to use your phone at once, like if it's a shared device, or you can use either hand. The ring around the home button is just the sensor, so it tells when you're trying to use Touch ID and then it will scan your fingerprint. So you can use this for things like unlocking the phone, or use this for things like iTunes purchases, if you're wanting to buy an app to authenticate it, so that way you don't have to type in passwords anymore. They didn't say though if you're going to be able to use this with other apps. Hopefully they will eventually allow that, but they did say the Apple will not store your fingerprint on the iCloud or back it up or store it on their servers at all. So that's really nice, because you would hate it if somebody like hacked Apple servers and got everybody's fingerprints. That would not be good. So that's really nice that Apple's doing that. But yeah, Touch ID, a fingerprint scanner built right into the home button of your iPhone. I think that is pretty freaking awesome. The pricing of the iPhone 5S with a 2-year contract is going to be $199 for the 16GB, $299 for the 32GB, and $399 for the 64GB. Now, as far as release date of the iPhone 5C and 5S, the 5C you'll be able to pre-order on September 13th. I don't know why, but they didn't do pre-orders of the 5S. And then both phones will be available, the 5C and the 5S, on September 20th for you to pick up and buy. And there you go. There's my recap of everything Apple announced today at their event. Let me know in the comments down below, are you going to get the iPhone 5C? Are you going to get the iPhone 5S? And if you are, what colors are you going to get it in? I'm going to be getting both the iPhone 5C and the iPhone 5S so I can do videos on it for you guys. So make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel right there if you haven't done so already. It's free and it'll let you know when I post new videos, because I'm going to be doing lots of videos on both of these new phones, showing you the colors and doing speed comparisons and reviews on both of them, everything. So make sure you stay tuned for those. Subscribe again, and I will see you guys in the next video very soon with both of the new iPhones. Peace.